What's going on? What's going on? To all my embracers out there, this is Grace from Embrace the Grace. And ladies and gentlemen, we got a juicy one tonight. I've been getting on a lot of action on all my other platforms, people ready to talk about it, discuss it, argue it, debate it, you name it. But I said, nope, you got to tune in tonight at 8:30 because you know what? This is an intense one. It's intense because a lot of us can relate, including me. And the point of view that I'm trying to get at is going to be a heated one because a lot of people don't agree with me, and that's what I'm here for. I'm here to embrace the other side. I'm here to embrace the awkwardness, the uncomfortableness, the the things that people don't want to look at. But I'm here to tell you that I'm going to look at it and we're going to dissect this. So this topic really is going to have three parts because I'm not going to go for 4, 5, 6 hours. I know that your attention span is not that long. I don't want to bore you. I don't know how it's going to go tonight. You know, I got my coffee, I got water, and I got a shot ready to go because we just don't know which way it's going to go, but we're going to be there. I'm just waiting for people to come in and they're slowly coming in, and of course I got my every week co-host already in here. Let me go ahead and to the stream. Hi, Gary. How are you, my dear?
Hey Grace, I'm good. I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good. It's been a very interesting day, Gary, with this topic, and it all started Saturday with the Instagram. So it's going to be a good one. I know you're ready because, ladies and gentlemen, me and Gary are friends also, and we talk outside of this. So he told me he has a lot to say, and I said, save it for the show. And then I got Tampa Supreme in here. Hey Tampa, how are you? Thank you for coming. I know I tagged you on Facebook, and then I got my girl Grace. So she's here, and I hope that you come up in a few so you can talk your shit too. So Gary, this is a topic that you and I both know is intense. And I have to give out two disclaimers, okay? The first disclaimer is, guys, you have to understand that I am not a licensed therapist or psychologist. So what I say here is a lot of facts from research and a lot of opinions. But I am an expert in life. I am an expert in experiences. And I'm not going to sit here and be self-righteous. I'm not going to be here and be judgmental to anybody because we've all have been cheated on, whether you like to admit it or not. And we've all participated in cheating. I'm not saying all, let me change my word, most. Okay. So with that being said, I'm not perfect. And anybody that I've been involved with or dated or engaged in these activities, this has nothing to do with you. Okay, absolutely nothing. I will let you know how this topic came about once Gary introduces himself and lets everybody know where we can find him. Gary, you got it.
Good evening, everyone. Again, I want to thank Grace for having me on her show. My name is Gary D. Um, I've been in the entertainment industry about 20 years, actually, say 25 years. I've spent about 5 years on Wall Street doing investment banking. I am president of Boardwalk Global Media, a boutique multimedia entertainment company where we have a, a, a podcast arm where we do about 7 podcast shows a week. So we have our own podcast network that we're building, not just something here nationally, but on a global scale. So we're picking up podcasts from around the world and stuff like that. So be on the lookout for the Boardwalk Global Media logo and our different shows. I'm also owner of ESI Global Group, which is again a boutique management and consulting company within the entertainment and media industry. And again, I want to thank Grace for having me on her show.
Thank you. So you guys make sure you go check him out. He's got a lot of good stuff out there. Like, subscribe, and share for the both of us, because we out here diligently working.
Absolutely.
For anybody for anybody that knows what it takes to have a YouTube channel and a podcast, it does take a lot of time, effort, and energy. So you guys don't, feel free to, there's my Cash App and money sign Embrace the Grace 23. Hey, I'm yet not being able to get monetized on YouTube. And look, I know it's not all about the money, but it would be nice, because I got to upgrade my equipment. As I grow, everything has to grow, and that takes money. So feel free to go ahead and drop a Cash App. I would really appreciate it. So let's get into it, because I've been kind of nervous about making this show, because I can relate a lot to it, Gary. It happened to me, and it was the beginning of the end of my marriage. So it's a pretty relatable topic to me. Am I healed over it? Absolutely. Did I go to counseling for it and get the help that I needed? Absolutely. Am I ready for another relationship? Absolutely. But that's what needs to happen, because this can be dramatic for people, and a lot of people take it in different ways. So of course, me, I'm going to drop the knowledge first, the research that I did, and we're going to start with the official definition of cheating. Okay? And that is, it's also known as infidelity, is when a person in a monogamous romantic relationship has an emotional or sexual relationship with someone else without their partner's consent. It's also a violation of a couple's emotional and or sexual exclusivity. I think I said that wrong, but
exclusivity.
There you go. That's it. Mm-hmm. That commonly results in feelings of anger, sexual jealousy, and rivalry. And ladies, I don't want to hear it that men cheat more than women, because you know what? We've actually have caught up to them. It says
women are just as bad.
Men are still likely to cheat than women. 20% of married men versus 13% of married women admitted to having sex with someone other than their spouse. So we're only 7% behind y'all. Okay? And that's only the ones that were being truthful on the survey, because you can also lie when you're doing a survey. So I'm not taking any sides with this. This is a real life issue, but I'm coming at it at a different angle, Gary, because everybody wants to blame the married party. And you know what? They're 85% right. But what I'm trying to do here is that I'm trying to turn the mirror on the other 15%. The person that is so self-absorbed, so selfish, and so self-entitled that when they know that person is married and they still engage with that person. That's who I want to look at. That's the aspect I want to look at. And I guess the best way that I can put it is the accomplice. Because guys, let's keep it real. If me and Gary go rob a liquor store right now and I get trigger happy or something happens and I shoot the clerk, God forbid, they're going to charge Gary too with that crime. He's an accessory. So what I'm trying to put out there with you guys is that you are an accessory to the infidelity. And this is how this idea of this show came about. And we're going to get into that, Gary. Let me pull up the text because this is real life shit that I talk about. And it's not that things just be coming off of the top of my head. And I mean, I'm not saying no names. I'm not dropping names, but I'm blasting it because it needs to be blasted. I just have to find it. But let me set up the scenario. I'm at work and I know this person has been interested for a while and whatever. And he finally drums up the courage to ask for my phone number. And through conversation and talking, hold on a second. I practiced your name today because I did not want to mess it up. The Queen, hold on, let me show it. My Queen Shalakimia is on. Thank you for coming through. And she said, absolutely, and many don't care, shaking my head. And that's who I'm trying to get to, is the people that don't care. Hold on a second. I have my girl, Miss Cynthia Bell, ready to come on. Hi, my dear. How are you? Can you hear me? Are you frozen?
Yeah, hello.
I can hear you, but I can't see you move. Well, hold on a second. Grace said there was once an unwritten rule to mess with a married person. It is still written in the Bible. However, this hookup generation is straight erasing important rules of living. Exactly, Grace. That's exactly my point and what I'm trying to bring up. Miss Bell, can you hear me?
Yeah.
But I can hear you, but you're frozen. Can you wave at me? Yeah, okay. We're gonna try one more time, okay? So with this being said, Gary, I already knew what he did for a living and whatever. I mean, he was totally not my type, but I chose to give him the number anyway because he works for the sheriff's department. And I'm like, hey, this is somebody I can go to the gun range with. They can reteach me how to clean my gun. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. So after just a couple of texts, here comes what I want to say, the fuckery. Okay? Hold on. Let me see Miss Cynthia. Are you there, Miss Cynthia? Can you hear me? We'll try again. Okay. So, here we go. After a couple texts, cordial texts, how you doing? How was your day? Da 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 da. Uh-oh, here I have my girl Pamela. Let me see. Let me show her. Pamela says, hello, Grace. Hello, Miss Pamela. How are you tonight? Thank you for coming through. I do appreciate that. She's up there watching. She probably had her alarm to make sure she woke up. Oh, I fixed her phone today for notifications so when I come on. And she said, yep. So here it goes. It says here, Gary, hello, Grace. I don't like to play games, especially with a beautiful queen like you. I am a straightforward guy, and I would tell you this up front so we don't have any issues or misunderstanding. I'm married. If you would like to continue to get to know me and something happens, fine with me. And if you want to be friends, it's okay too. Or just keep it cold.
That's the bullshit text, but okay.
And just keep it cordial. It's all good. If you decide not to talk to me at all, I understand. The thing is that I didn't want you to think that I want you to be deceiving or play around with you. No, I'd rather keep it 100 and be real out of respect for you. Huh? There are so many contradictories in this text that is unbelievable. And this is where I come in. I can either accept that or reject that, right? And what I'm trying to tell people is that they need to reject it. I appreciate the fact that he told me he was married. I would have found out anyway, because I'm the type of chick that I'm going to look you up, and I'm going to go through City Hall records, because you can't take the word for anybody nowadays. So I don't want to hear that excuse when people say, well, I didn't know he was married. There's no reason to not to know that a person's married, because you can simply look them up. You know, you can either find out through their social media, or you can go through the court. Hold on. Miss Cynthia is still trying to get on. So, I got my friend Annetta on. She says, hello, my friend. How about out of respect for his marriage? Exactly. So he's trying to keep it real, and he's trying to keep it 100. But are you keeping it real and 100 with your wife? And then, what kind of predicament are you putting me in that if you was to come to my job and your wife is with you, and then we have a whole relationship? And this is what I'm talking about. A person does not have an opportunity to cheat if you don't give them the opportunity to cheat. True or false, Gary?
True, true.
They can knock on that door all they want, but if I don't open that door, they're not getting in. And this is who I'm trying to address. The people that know that they're married and they still say, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to engage with this person anyway, because God's going to send me somebody else's husband. Most married people don't leave their spouses for the side chick or the side guy. It's very, very, very rare. I don't have the percentages because I didn't even go that far into my research, because like I said, this is going to have a part 3, because it's so much and so dense that I wasn't going to like kill you guys with it. But then I have my my good friend Mr. Alton Brown. He's let's talk about it. Let's embrace this, Alton. Let's embrace this, because everybody says it takes 2 to tango. It takes 2 to make a thing go right. It takes 2 to cheat. Okay? I don't want to hear this bullshit that, oh, well, they're the married person. They're the ones that have. No, you have to take some type of accountability. So now that I've run my mouth for a few, Gary, I need you to go ahead and tell me what you have to say about the whole cheating situation, and then my perspective. What do you have to say? What's on your mind about this?
I mean, I think, listen, in this day and age, unfortunately, people, well, first of all, when you're in a relationship, the idea is you're not supposed to cheat. Unfortunately, that's not the reality.
Well, wait, Gary, hold that thought real quick. You're not supposed to cheat if that's the rules and the boundaries you set in the relationship. With of course, with what, Gary? Communication.
Yeah, now, so okay. We're in this sort of new world now where we have these alternative lifestyles, right? And I think that, you have people that's getting in, you have couples or people that's getting into them because it's trendy and fashionable. So if you get into a relationship, then yes, then that has to be something that's going to be addressed, because in some of these alternative lifestyles, it includes another person. So if you're going to bring somebody else in, then both people have to know. So, if you're not in that and you just going to go behind your partner's back and cheat, then then that's definitely a problem, because that shouldn't happen. That's not supposed to happen. I think that you have people nowadays that, and I've seen on both sides where it's like, oh, I don't care. They don't care. Right. And and with some women have gotten so bold now, where it's like, oh well, let him stay with his wife. Like I could, I'll just have my fun with him, and he could go back to his wife. So that's what we've come to now. I think with the men, you have men who don't, in regard to your text that you got, to me, if as a man, if you know that you're married, why even try to attempt to talk to another woman, right? That already is going to set off a problem. And to me, that should have been a conversation in the beginning. Like if he saw you in person, he should at least tell you, because I think in this texting age, yeah, we could see each other and stuff like that, and get to exchange numbers. But even at the point of exchanging numbers, it's like, well, hey, let me tell you this: I'm married or what have you. So, and that even in itself is a problem, because here it is. He's looking to get another woman, telling the other woman that he's married, and want to see if the other woman is going to respond in sort of the manner that he wants. So,
exactly. So he has ill will intentions from the rip.
Right. So So it's bad intentions from the jump. Right. It's bad intentions from from the jump. And I think that for what he has said to you, oh, I'm being straightforward. Well, if he was being straightforward, he'd have told you from the jump immediately. But he didn't do that.
But Gary, even from the jump, he shouldn't have even asked me for my number. Because
see, it even goes back to that, right? It even goes back to that. He shouldn't even. Why even go outside the marriage, right? Why even do that? So that's the problem there. So we got him going outside wanting to go outside the marriage. That's problem number one. And then problem number two, asking for your number.
Exactly. Miss Cynthia, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, perfect. So let me go ahead and allow Miss Cynthia to introduce yourself and let people know where we can find you, so you can go ahead and drop some gems for us. Go ahead, my dear.
Good evening. My name is Cynthia L, and I'm in Hollywood, Florida. You can reach me. You can find me on YouTube as my podcast, as Life Turn Podcast. My email is CynthiaBellProductions@gmail.com. I'm a playwright and author. I'm on Instagram, Cynthia Writes One. And oh my goodness, I got a lot to say about this subject, honey, because this, oh yes, honey. Oh, yes,
yes. I already knew you was coming through when you left the message on Facebook. I said yes. But now, okay, yes. So now let's see what Alton said. He said it doesn't take two to cheat. It takes one. No, Alton, no. Because back in the days, they used to stone to death both parties, the adulterer and the adulteress. You are an accomplice if you knowingly and intentionally know that other person is married. You are burning in that same bed of sin with that person. You know that they are married and you're still going ahead with it. And that's what I want to change about people, Alton. It does take two. Because I don't know what God you believe in or when your book of life opens up, it's going to be there. You did this. You're not going to get excused from that because you were an accomplice to adultery. And that's what I'm trying to make people understand. If that married person doesn't respect their marriage, have enough respect for the both of them. For the cheating spouse and the wife. Because I told myself when I experienced that pain I wouldn't even wish it on my worst enemy. And I told myself that I will never, ever of that pain. Thing is, I can say for multiple. Okay, so you know, I'm gonna need you to either come up on the screen or come in and type your shit, because this needs to be embraced. If more people if we minimize the opportunity of cheating, we will maximize success in marriages and infidelities, because the top two reasons why marriage are going to court is financial reasons and infidelity. Let me see, Miss Bella, are you there?
Listen, I apologize. Our Wi-Fi has been out since 12:30, so I'm in and out. So I'm doing the best I can on my cell phone.
It's okay. So go ahead now. I'm going to give you the stage. Gary said a little bit of his stuff, because I know he got some more. But go ahead. Tell me. I want to know everything. Tell me how you initially feel about infidelity, and how do you feel
listen. Well, being that it happened to me personally in my first marriage, listen, it takes two. Listen, if a person knows that you're married and they're in tune to go further, then you know what? It says a lot about that individual, about the two of them. Because listen, at the end of the day, beginning of the end of the day, this person is married. So you should have enough inkling to say, you know what? You're married, I'm going to step away. But I don't understand why women can't do that. I don't get it.
Because they're selfish, they're lonely, they want their own relationships, and they really got it in their heads. That the husband or the wife is going to leave their spouse. I got Alton, you can click on the link. When you get back in 5 minutes, just click on the link. And boys talk with JVJ, talking about, man, I don't know what that's supposed to mean, sir, but I need you to, either come up or talk your stuff on the keyboard, because I know a lot of people are not going to go. Now let's, Gary and Miss Cynthia, what if they're both married? So does it take two now? What if both parties are married? What if I'm married and Gary's married and we both, no, what if we're married to each other? I'm married, he's married, and I cheat and he cheats. So is it just only one person now? We're both married and we both cheated. So how does that work, Gary?
Well, clearly there's no, first of all, massive breakdown in communication, right? So I mean, if it gets to the point where both people feel like they got to step outside the marriage without each other knowing, then clearly there's a major communication issue or a serious breakdown in communication. So that's a recipe for disaster, because you can't point fingers saying, oh, you did it or you did it. And there are a lot of situations where both, especially in this day and age now, there's a lot of situations where both the husband and wife did it. Where literally, if the husband found out the wife did it, oh, he's gonna do it. Or if she found out he did it, she's gonna go do it. So it's almost like tit for tat, right? It's not supposed to be like that. So why even
if that's gonna happen, Gary, if that's gonna happen, why not just have an open marriage then?
Well, but see, I think that a lot of people don't, and again, it goes back to the communication from in the beginning, right? If they don't have the real conversation, right? As I always say, and I know I sound like a broken record, if they don't have the real conversation in the beginning, then all this shit that we talk about happens. right? It happens. All these things need to be addressed in the beginning. As you're developing in the relationship and beginning to set boundaries of likes or dislikes, what you're into, and all the stuff that goes with it. But nobody nowadays, or I shouldn't say nobody. Most people nowadays don't want to have that real conversation. So because they don't have that real conversation, then look at the shit they get into.
Gary, give me a minute. Miss Cynthia, are you on YouTube and another thing? Because we hear background noise.
No, no. I'm just on my cell phone. Everything else is off because we don't have no Wi-Fi. Yeah, so I'm just on my cell
but I don't
phone.
hear. Okay, so I put up there because I want to say what you just. I want to reiterate what you said. I said, Embrace the Grace said having the real conversation is vital. Then I got Shadow Warrior up here. He says, yes, it is. Thank you for coming to the show. I really do appreciate it. Okay. So I got some more people coming up. So let me go ahead and get them up here. I have here, and then I also have my boy from Let's Talk JBJ. Let me get this comment out here, and Shadow Warriors. Thank you guys to like, share, and subscribe. If you like what you see, if you like what you're hearing, I would really appreciate for everybody to go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. And everybody also check. We are all YouTube creators on the screen. Somebody has some noise. Hold on a second, Miss Cynthia. Let me see. I gotta test it.
It's Miss Cynthia.
Yep.
That's why I came
It's
up
you.
here. It was Miss Cynthia. I was like, what the hell? Y'all don't hear that shit?
We hear it, but which?
Nah, man.
Let me.
Miss Cynthia, turn off YouTube in the background. If you got YouTube somewhere else open, turn it off because all it's doing is echoing.
Or maybe she needs to mute her mic.
Nah, she can just turn YouTube off. She ain't gotta watch it while she on it. She kind of froze now. I don't know where she at.
Okay, I'm just gonna remove her and then have her on. So okay, according to how I brought the people up here, and no pun intended. Coach Alton, go ahead and introduce yourself and let everybody know who you are and where we can find you and what you do.
I don't have time for that right now.
Are you there?
Yeah, Grace, you still got to lay. He said he ain't got time for that.
Go ahead and talk your shit then.
Now, like I was saying in the chat, it don't take two. It only take one. Because if you marry and I don't tell the other person that I'm married that I have someone, do she know about that? Do she know about my wife? No, she don't. It's a lot of women out here talking to married men and they don't know they married. And because the married man take off their ring for 5, 6 years. I know because I was married and I had a woman on the side. And I was talking to her for 2 years. And she didn't know I was married. But the way our schedule was, because I worked overnight and I used to get off of work, then I used to go see my side chick for 2 years and she didn't know I was married or nothing. But
fucking overnight shift. I hate it.
But the thing is, you have to understand, most men walk out because the relationship is already over. Me and my wife did not have sex. We didn't say I love you. We didn't say I hug. We didn't hug or none of that for 5 years. For 5 years, we ain't
So
do
why
nothing
didn't you leave first before you started another relationship?
because I had kids. So sometimes when you have kids, you think about the kids and you don't want to leave because as a man, we think about another man raising our kids. Because sometimes that make us stick with a woman.
But that's selfish. That's selfish of you.
It could be.
I mean, I get it, Alton. But the thing is, you do more damage by doing what you did than just keeping real. Then once she found out and things hit the fan, because a lot of scenarios can get crazy, Alton. You know, I know a friend where her situation, it got fatal attraction type of shit. Got broken into, get a training order. I mean, a lot it's like a trickle effect. You throw a pebble in a pond and that shit spreads out, and that relationship that you have with that other woman can have detrimental consequences to your inside nuclear family. And that's what people are not realizing it. Yeah, I know you have kids. Why are you laughing, Jay? Why are you laughing? No, why are you laughing? Okay. And I say all that to say this is because it's one is not right. You made some vows. Why didn't you take that energy and that effort in trying to fix your marriage versus starting a whole new relationship?
I did, and it didn't work. I talked to her. You know, I try to come up with plans. I even cook. I try to, help around the house, but nothing didn't work. Nothing ain't work. So it's like,
now you know what you said. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
no, I'm listening. But the thing was, that relationship I had with the young lady, it just happened. Sometimes shit just happened. I knew I was married, and it just
Oh no,
happened.
bro. You just don't fall into some.
Sometimes shit just happens.
Come on, Grace. Keep taking the words out of my mouth.
I mean, you just don't slip slip into some coochie, Alton. It doesn't just happen consciously. Look, and like Grace said, I'm gonna go to get to the other comments, but she just popped up here some good. Grace said, I appreciate your honesty and accountability, sir. And for that, I gotta give you, Alton, because see, I didn't know nothing about this with you, and you're my credit repair specialist coach, and I didn't know anything about this. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not here to judge nobody, but I'm just trying to make other people realize that there are other ways.
Grace, look at the screen.
Mean, if I was dating you and you, I'm looking. What's up? My bad. I got all. Guys, I need to introduce you to my boy.
You ain't gotta introduce me.
He's with Talk JVJ. Let people know who you are. Can find you.
This is terrible. Look, hey,
go ahead.
You can find me over on Let's Talk with JVJ. Just type it into YouTube. That's literally how you type it in. Let's Talk with JVJ. Boom, you in there. Nah, man, I wanted to ask, you said Coach Alton? That's your name?
Yeah.
Coach Alton, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Hear me?
Yeah. How you gonna say it just happened?
What you mean? What you mean? It just happened. We wasn't.
No. Hold up. So she just happened to give you her number or something like that first?
So what it was like, I was in the gym, just got off of work from Home Depot.
Yeah.
About 12 o'clock, because just back then when that shit you stay up 24/7. So she came in, I was working out, and the thing was, she asked me, do I train people? I was like,
so she came up to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm like, nah, I don't train people, but if they need my assistance, with what to do and how to do it, I help them. So we had changed number. I gave her my number. She gave me hers, and I told her, "You look, this the farthest it's going to go because I'm not looking for nothing."
Okay. So you put that out there up front.
Exactly. But like
keep going, because I don't know if you know you got a shovel in your hand right now. Keep going.
I ain't worrying about that. Yeah. But at the end of the day, when you're not getting something at home, you end up looking for it out in the street.
Yeah, I'm saying, but like, tell me the situation about her. Like, okay, y'all exchange numbers underneath the pretense of working out and stuff, help her work out. So after that, like, when's the next time y'all met up? Or when's the next time that it went from just some workout shit to some other shit?
What, about 3 weeks later?
3 weeks later?
Yeah.
Like, what y'all went out on a date or something, or you just went over and smashed?
Now we went out on a date.
Went on a date.
Yeah.
So that was a conscious decision. That didn't just happen, right? I don't know why I got it. Why do we say it just happens? It didn't just happen, man. So like
look,
you literally had a concerted effort of doing what you was doing.
yeah, well, I say because I don't know, because that day when we went out, I was
Mhm.
still at work. I was at Home Depot, and
Mhm.
I got off for work at 2 o'clock. And she came and picked me up, and then we were like, we might as well just go somewhere. Then we went on where we went in
So
Midtown.
she knew where you worked at.
Yeah,
So y'all had conversations on the phone or text messages, however y'all did that shit.
yeah.
This concerted effort. It didn't just happen. You initiated it. Well, here you can say she initially initiated it, but you played into it and went on with it. It didn't just
But,
happen.
but she didn't know. That's the thing
So
about it.
it builds
Well,
up
that's
to
on
it. Is that
you.
what you're trying to
That
establish,
it, no,
Jay?
it ain't even that she don't know. No, I'm saying I'm just trying to figure it out. Cause still though, you say she didn't know that you were married. That's on you to tell her.
But
So
that's what
it's still all on your side.
But that's what I'm coming. That's what I'm saying. Because before I jumped on, they were saying that it takes two. It takes two to cheat. When I was saying that, it doesn't.
No, I take one. If you said that,
Exactly.
you're 100% correct. It only take one person to cheat.
Exactly. That's what I would.
But
That's why.
in that scenario,
So that
gentlemen, because with technology today, I have the resources to find out if somebody's married, and I'm that chick that will look you up, your name and your background history, see if you're married. So there really
Grace,
is
most women
no
do that.
excuses anymore. I don't take
Most
everything.
women do that.
So
Most
that's
women do that. They care.
so that's what I'm saying. When somebody says it takes two to cheat, it
Oh,
doesn't if the other person really
yeah.
don't know 100% about that person's situation.
Yeah, Grace, was you saying it take two people to cheat? As in, you got to have a man, you got to have a woman, or a man, or a woman, or a dog and a cat. It don't really matter because people want to be other things. But are you saying it takes two in that concept, or are you saying it takes two, like two people in a relationship that are already together, got to be on bad terms for somebody else to cheat? Which one were you saying?
Takes two when the other person knows that they're married and you still go ahead and cross that line. Like, perfect example, when I read my text, I can either accept it or reject it. I'm not fucking with this man knowing that he's married. I appreciate the fact that he told me that he was married. Now I don't have to do the research, but there will be women that will be like, okay, that's cool. I appreciate your honesty, but I still want to go ahead and move forward. That's now what I mean. And I appreciate you having clarity on this.
Yeah,
Yes,
it
it's
still
when
didn't make
both
no damn
part
sense.
if I know that Alton is married and I still go on with it, I'm just as guilty in fidelity. And that's what
Grace,
I'm
you
trying to
glitching like a
realize. You see
motherfucker.
a wedding band. I don't know why. I did clean my cookies out today.
You clean them cookies out? You clean them cookies out?
I knew you was gonna start. I'm done. Let me read my comments. Grace said, "Thank you, Jay, cleaning up the back." Then I got PA Texas. What's up, folks? And then he came back and said, let me see. He came back and said, come on, click.
Yeah, we gotta
Catch up. I'll
reboot
be
that
back.
computer. You want me to read them?
I need a better computer. That's what
I read them here. I read them because
don't,
I read them. I read them real quick, like, cause we got to get you a new computer. Hey, look, we need to start Grace a laptop fund. We had Grace came up in here. I ain't gonna forget Pamela. She said the children, and it's so selfish. And then Grace said, I appreciate your honesty and accountability, sir. Said everybody needs to be accountable in a relationship. She also said she didn't reciprocate when he tried. She also came back and said straight up, if it wasn't going anywhere, then why exchange numbers or entertain the idea? Came back and said one more thing. I understand you was lonely and in need of affection, especially after not receiving such in so long. However, my abusive ex didn't make my drug use in the past okay. Grace, stop telling everybody that. What is wrong? Yeah, David up in the building. He said it definitely doesn't take two people to cheat. Yeah, it really don't take one. And then Grace came back and said everyone needs to be. We're saying like.
Well, look, I
Grace
mean, look.
said, hold on, I ain't done with these hoes. Hold on, let me finish these out. This is two more. See, fucking everyone needs to be held accountable. PA said, Grace, who's cleaning your cookies out? Nobody, obviously. And then Supreme said eyes. All right, I'm done.
So
not no
right,
married man, I'll tell you that much. Ain't no married man gonna. Go ahead, Gary.
So I think that, look, I mean, we're in a time now when obviously we understand and know what cheating is, but I think that, you know, it depends on the dynamic, right? So you can have some situations, which I know of, where the other person doesn't tell the other person that they're married, right? So in that situation, yeah, it's that one person that's okay. They're not being upfront about their marriage situation, so the other person doesn't know, so they're going to pursue that. Now, in the other situation or the other scenario is if someone tells the other person that they're married and the other person is okay with that, then yeah, in that situation, it takes two. So to my point, it just depends on the dynamic. And this is the time. This is the times that we're living in now.
I ain't gonna knock you, Gary, because that's the exception. That's the exception, and we can always throw out the exception. But do y'all have conversations on exceptions or rules?
Well, people, I think whether it's one person doing it or two people doing it, I mean, you know, a conversation has to happen for something to move forward.
No, I agree with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you judge, like, hey, yo, we got one relationship, we got two relationships, we got 1,000 relationships. Are we judging off the one and the two, or are we judging off the thousands?
No, I'm
how
saying,
we gonna operate.
What I'm saying is that the dynamic under the banner of cheating, there's a lot of dynamics.
Yeah.
Right. So it's not just limited to just one person. Mm-hmm. Right. So I'm just saying that it's different dynamics because yes, in some cases, the married person may not tell the other person they may not disclose that they're married.
Yeah.
So there are times that you get people that'll be like, oh, I didn't know, and genuinely didn't know.
Oh, I agree with that.
Right. But then you have other times where you tell someone that you're married and they'll be like, okay, fine. They don't care. Right. So I'm just saying it just depends on the dynamic.
And Gary, those are the people that I'm trying to reach out to. The ones that know that they're married and don't care. That's my target audience.
Yeah, but those people, I know, and I know, and I think that's very honorable of you. But a lot of those people, the way their mind is, they're like, it's, they're gonna do what they're gonna do. So if they don't care, like, and I was saying at one time, if someone says to me that, like, if they tell me that they don't care or they don't give a fuck, then when something goes south that affects them really bad, then just remember what you said, right? Because I mean, there's consequences if you feel, and there's some people that it's like, yeah, fuck it, if it goes wrong, then so what? not being conscious or even aware that, hey, you cheat, you dealing with a married person, it could go seriously wrong, and it won't be good for you. But
that shouldn't even be an option.
It shouldn't exactly.
The way I was raised, like most people cheat. Like the people that are cheating, most people are known to the person that they're cheating with. I will say that. Like from what I've seen, like especially here, growing up in the church, the pastor dicking down all the deacon wives. They all knew the pastor was married.
Right, true. That's true.
They all knew that. And like the deacons would be trying to dick down some of the other deacon wives, if not the pastor wife. Like I think majority of people that like the person that's in the relationship that cheat, the other person knows that they're in a relationship, just don't care. It comes from a lack of
and that,
like how we have a lot of people. What word you said, Grace?
Which word?
I thought you said a word.
Which word?
Give me a word. I don't know. I thought
No,
you was
I didn't
giving me
say
a word.
anything. I didn't know that you were still. I didn't know you were still speaking. So go ahead.
Grace
Finish
got a
your
delay,
thought.
man. Grace, we got to finish that delay. We got to fix this shit. Look, y'all. Laptop fund for Grace. We need $550. $550. She can get a HP Victus or Acer. My bad. Acer Victus or some shit like that. We got to get her a computer because this shit ain't working. You got a badass delay.
But this is a new computer. I just opened it in January. I just got it out the box.
Grace, it's new to you.
It was mailed to my house in a brand new box.
Yeah, and it's new to you. That shit probably came out. Look, we need it. Somebody tell her, just flip the laptop over and see what year this shit was manufactured. I bet money she'll know exactly. She'll figure it out then. You got your girl Cynthia back.
Okay, let me see if I can get Cynthia
have
back.
On no damn YouTube in the background now. Cynthia got YouTube on in the background. I know she
No, I do. No, I do not.
All right, Cynthia ain't got it in the background. That's what I'm talking about.
All right, Cynthia, before anything else happens, let me go ahead and let you talk so you can talk what you got to say, okay?
Listen, let me tell you something.
Wait a minute.
Cheating, there's no words to say for cheating, whether you married or in a committed relationship. Because, it's a moral thing. Come on. If you know somebody's married, listen, you got to step back. There's a lot of men and women out here. You can take your pick. So just listen. It happened to me. It's not a good feeling at all. It really isn't. It took me 5 years to get over that situation. And in that situation, it got to the point whereas I was ready to take my first husband out. Take him out. Okay? So it's a hurting thing when you've been committed to someone, okay, and you've known this person since high school, you grew up. How long was y'all married? All of a sudden, something happens. They meet somebody.
How long?
I was married 11 years. Okay, what started out as a sympathy. My first husband consoling someone. That consoling turned into a whole relationship. But on the day that person died. Hallelujah. Okay.
Damn.
That person. Yes, yeah. I said it. That person died because it wasn't right.
Pain is real, Jay.
Cheating.
You don't wish death on nobody, man. Unless they did something deadly towards you, you don't wish death on nobody.
No, I didn't wish death on no one. God listen, let me tell you something. I am a child of God. And you got to be careful when you mess. You got to be careful when you mess with God's people. You got to be very careful. And this is not a cliche. It's really true. Okay? I did nothing wrong. The bed was undefiled. The relationship was great, but the person, my spouse wanted more than what I could give. It wasn't no compromising. So when you step out of a relationship, then you get what you get. I didn't wish death upon that woman. I didn't wish that upon her. But you know what? And God, one-sided battles. Okay, you think you're getting away with cheating? You're not. Karma is something else. It really is. It really is.
Man, cheat, man.
That's what I have
Like,
to say about it.
Miss Cynthia, do you have a problem like echo? I'm guessing you do because from what you just said, somebody got an echo. Miss Cynthia, you got something open over there. I can hear myself.
No, there's nothing open. Listen, I just do have a little bit of Wi-Fi. There's nothing open on home.
You ain't got you on your phone, right? Damn it, Miss Cynthia gone. Miss Cynthia, you still here? Damn it, we lost Miss Cynthia.
He'll come back.
I wanted to ask Miss Cynthia a question.
He's gonna come back. Hold on, let me add her back.
I wanted to ask. Yeah, let's see. I ain't clicking on nothing, Grace. It's all you. My hands are free. Click on that again.
Okay.
Miss Cynthia.
Okay.
You on your phone?
Yes, I'm on my phone.
All right. You got an Android or an iPhone?
I have an Android.
Do you got a TV on around you?
I'm in my bedroom. The TV. We don't have no Wi-Fi. Our Comcast has been out since 12:30.
Yeah,
so I'm
your
on my
TV,
phone.
Your TV. Yeah, I'm saying your TV ain't making no sound, right?
No, not at all.
Okay. You got an Android?
Yes.
Yeah, hit damn, I ain't got my phone in front of me. It's like 3 buttons to the side of it. You might have another window open with the YouTube when you came into YouTube, like because you probably clicked on the link from YouTube.
No, well, I
But
restarted my phone. I restarted my phone, so there's nothing there. I restarted
no, I'm
the
saying
phone.
like, yeah, but once you restarted, you came back to YouTube, right?
Yes.
To the live stream, and then you clicked on the link, right?
Right.
Yeah, so YouTube's still open over in another window.
So what do I need to do?
It's like whatever that button is, you got back, you got home, and then you got that other button. Touch that one, and then swipe up on whatever YouTube, like swipe up on YouTube. It should
Let
pop
me
up.
go.
Because I know
Ladies and gentlemen, we're having technology 101 right now.
Nah,
She'll
man,
come back.
I don't know.
That's my
She'll
girl.
figure it out.
She always comes back.
I had a question for her, man.
But
I wanted to ask her.
comments, they're busy tonight. Hold on, hold that question though. So let me go ahead and click on the comments and okay. PA Texas says, a second, I'm wrapping up some work. Oh, okay. And Mr. Sir Philip said, where you at? Where you at? Yeah.
Girl, how you clicking on shit?
Even with this it's
somebody give her some money for a goddamn fucking laptop, bro. She need a laptop.
Philip said, let's talk with JVJ. What it do, shipmate?
I was not in the Navy, Philip.
And then,
he keeps saying that to me.
And then I gotta wait for the comments to pop up. I'm clicking on it, but I gotta
you want
be
me to
patient.
click on them, Grace?
PA Texas says, get a Mac Mini. If you want, but let me see. PA Texas said, get a Mac Mini and hook it up to the big screens. I hate to be an Apple supporter. And then go ahead, click on the next one, boss.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I got you. Cause damn. You could get her a Mac Mini, but PA, I don't know if she gonna know how to work that shit. You probably need to get her a Windows, man. But let's see. PA said I'll call in a second. Philip said Grace Neary learn from Mike Pence. Ooh wee. And then Grace says, sis, you talking morals in a society with no moral standard. And then we got Pamela. I hope I say it. Pamela, however you want to say it. Morals, values, respect. Where is that when they are cheating? Do they feel guilty? Dudes don't. Let's see. Grace wrote something herself. And then Pamela said LOL. And then she said,
I said, you got me though. I told PAE.
What you get, Grace? Like shit. Yeah,
Pamela JVJ is my colleague, so we kind of work hand in hand. He doesn't like me to tell people he's my YouTube coach.
What the fuck?
He's my YouTube coach, damn it.
Look, I don't know why she keep
Let me let PA Texas in.
stop saying that shit. And then Grace said he be doing
How
that.
you doing, sir?
Good. How are you? Y'all summoned me,
Thank
so
you for
I.
coming to the live. I appreciate it.
Oh, thanks for having me. Just any compute. I wanted to answer the questions about the computers, and
Yeah, help her out, man.
also I want to talk about that damn topic.
Help her
'Cause
out with the computer
I have
first.
some, I have some stories
And
about
you do.
that.
So
But first the computers. Do you know how to use a Mac?
No.
I'm on a Mac now. Well, I mean, I'm a little bit.
She don't know how to use a Windows, man. I knocked my camera out and shit. I'm sorry.
Damn, the camera went out. Yeah, but on a Mac you can.
wow, tell everybody my business.
Well, on a Mac you can get a Mac for you get a Mac
What
Mini
time is it?
for, I guess it doesn't matter, but you get a Mac Mini for about $600 as well, and it runs really, really well. But if you're gonna go with Windows, I mean, you also check out just what you need is at least a 4-core processor, which
She don't know what that
you don't even know what that
mean,
means, right?
She don't know nothing about none of that, man. You just had to tell her which computer to get, and that's the one she get.
Well, god damn.
That's how bad it is.
So
Damn.
Yeah.
I know,
because the
Gary,
Windows
right?
computers, the Windows computers have so many brands. They have so many brands.
It don't
but
matter
each
the brand for her.
Each brand do the same thing. No matter, it has like the same parts in it for the most part. So there's some on Amazon with do you know what RAM is?
No, she don't. PA, just refer her. Look, she need a Dell Optiplex. Give her a series. And all she
Gary,
needed
stop
for is to be able to do her live streams.
Man, I'm gonna go to let me see.
You find
that could be a business expense, and you can write it off, PA, you know?
Well, I gotta write off my taxes.
Cynthia still got a background noise.
Well, I gotta write off my taxes.
Cynthia gonna try all night, but she gonna get on this.
There's nothing else on, guys. There's nothing else on.
Okay. There's a B-Link mini PC on Amazon for $200.
Are you really trying to sell on the mini PC?
I mean, it has 256 gig of RAM, 8 gigs
Storage.
No, 256 gigabytes SD card, a solid state drive.
Yeah.
Total storage, 8 gigs of RAM, Intel Gen 4 cores, 2.9, pretty much a 3 gigahertz processor. You should not have any problems with that.
Especially for what she trying to do. How much you said it was?
$200 on Amazon.
Hey, look, man, y'all drop a cash
you
app.
guys, y'all see that cash app?
Y'all drop a cash app for her, man. She need to get her a $200 mini PC because I actually know about B-Link. That's a good brand, and she just needed to stream. She needed to be able to stream to do her shows, and it, she ain't got a 17-hour delay because that's what it is right now.
Now, if you want to get real fly, get one for $356.
Look, they actually got a little bit shorter. That was like a second and a half.
Yeah. So then you should have no problems after that.
2 seconds.
Can we get back to the comments because we getting loaded up here, boss?
Yep.
Oh, you want me to read them? I thought you was all the way at the goddamn bottom. Nah, you was already at the bottom. Pamela said I would help her find a computer or help her use the one she has. I got her. Pamela got your back, girl. And then Grace said, "Hey Jay, Pamela got her. It's all good." Okay, I guess that was AKA shut the hell up. And then Grace came back and said, "I'm feeling like we went a smidget off topic, guys." No, it wasn't a smidget. It was a complete 360. But we're trying to get Grace a computer.
And shouts out to Jeff Joe. He's a comedian from my hometown of Port Arthur. Yeah, he's pretty funny.
But Miss Cynthia, you were saying something. I wanted to, Grace, I don't know why you clicking on old comments, but I wanted to ask Miss Cynthia something.
I'm here.
So you found out that your husband was cheating 11 years in?
No, towards I would say probably the last 2 years of being in that relationship, in that
How
marriage, and
how many years was that?
it was
That
I
y'all-
would say probably 9 years. 9 years.
Okay, in the 9th year, you found out he was cheating.
Right, yeah.
Did you
But you
ever
know what?
have a?
I
No,
handle it.
no,
I
it's
handle
fine.
it because
No, you good.
I
You
have
good.
no. The thing about it is, you got to be a woman enough to handle it because we were working at the same place, and I was a woman enough to go, and I got him fired. I got her fired. So listen, don't play with me.
That ain't
Don't-
woman. Look, listen real quick. That's why I wanted to ask you. That's why I wanted to ask you these questions. Once you found out that he was cheating, what was your next move? Like, what did you do next?
My next move was, I was hurt.
Yeah,
I
I
was
get that.
hurt.
I get that. That goes without being said.
No. I was very hurt because that person came into my home because my daughter told me, she says, Mom, she said,
that don't matter. That don't matter. What was your next move?
Yes, it does. When a
No, I
person,
just need to know your
when a
next
person coming
move.
to your home, when your person coming to your home, that's off limits.
Hold
You're
up,
not
time
gonna
out.
make
She
it no
came into
great-
your house and boned your husband?
Look, man, we're not gonna make it no greater than what it already is. She already relived this shit. I'm not trying to make you rehash it. I'm just trying to figure something out.
I'm good with it, honey.
Yeah, I just want to know. After you found out, what was the next thing that you did?
I put him out.
You put him out.
I put him out of our house. Yes.
Okay, who was paying for that house?
We both were.
And you put him out?
Yeah, absolutely.
How the hell that work?
It works very well, but you know that was 30 years ago. Laws were different then. When you get that, when you mess up, you get the hell out.
You mean different? Shit, they worse now. So
no, 30 years ago. I'm in my second marriage. I've been married almost 30 years. Rules were different. The laws were different. Back
tell me this. Why do you think that he cheated?
Because I know he cheated. The man came home.
I'm saying no. I'm not saying, I'm not questioning if he cheated. I'm with you on he cheated. Why do you think he cheated?
Why do I think?
Yeah. What caused him to cheat? What do you think?
You know what? I think we outgrew each other. I really do. I think we outgrew each other. Our paths were different. I wanted something else. We wanted different things in our lives.
And
so
I'm saying, like, y'all, like, right up when you found out he was cheating, were y'all all good? Y'all was on good terms, like doing normal stuff as a couple?
I thought we were, but I was raised in a bubble, so I thought we were, but evidently we were not.
He just randomly cheated.
Well, he wanted a street woman, and I'm not a street woman.
What do you mean, a street woman?
He wanted a woman who was from the street, and that's not my bio.
Describe that to me.
A whore.
He married a church girl, but wanted the porn star.
No, I'm saying, but like, I'm saying, but you was married to him, so you could have fucked him however you wanted to be fucked. Like, just being honest. So I'm saying, what are you getting at? He wanted a street woman. Like, you could fuck him however you wanted to be fucked. Y'all was already married. So
right,
what do you mean by street woman? Because a street woman can do exactly what you was doing. Like what?
Well, no, baby, no. Oh, can nobody do what I do?
Okay,
the thing about it is, he wanted a person that wouldn't challenge him.
Oh, so
he wanted a woman. He wanted a woman that wouldn't challenge him.
So you was very argumentative.
No, I wanted the best for me and my two daughters.
What about
him?
And
that's not where he was at that time in his life, and he's still not there.
What I'm saying, but what about him? What did he want?
He want what he got now. A life with no frills and no accountability.
I don't think you seeing it.
I see it very well.
No, I really don't think you're seeing exactly what I'm getting at. Like how old are you, Miss Cynthia? How old are you?
I'm old enough probably to be your mom.
How old are you?
I'm old enough to be your mom.
Okay, but how old is that? Because you don't even know how old I am.
I'm sorry.
I said, how old is that? Because you don't even know how old I am.
Well, how old are you?
No, I asked you a question.
My daughter is 50.
Okay, but can you tell me how old you are, Miss Cynthia?
No, I don't. I can't tell you that.
Okay, if your daughter's 50, you're about 70. All right, we're just gonna roll with that. Miss Cynthia, I'm not putting all the blame on you. I am not putting all the blame on you because it clearly is not all your fault. But you already admitted
It's
that
what?
I said all of the blame is not on you.
None of the blame is on me. I'm not taking any responsibility for that because I believe in marriage. I don't believe in 50-50. I believe that everybody gives 100%.
Hey, Miss Cynthia.
So if you can't give me, go ahead.
Miss Cynthia, if you was my girl, all right, let's say, hey, let's take it back a couple years. You my girl, all right? And I say, we going out to eat here, and you don't want to go there. What are we gonna do?
We're gonna go where I want to go.
That's why he cheated.
Oh, listen, at this point, I don't know. I really don't know. All I can tell you is that was the best thing that I could have ever done.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. I just told you. It wasn't the best thing that you could have did.
Yes, it was the best thing. Yes, it was.
No, you tried to run a relationship. You tried to run a relationship like you wore the pants, and now you don't have one.
No, he has nothing. He has nothing. He has absolutely nothing.
You taking pride? Are you taking pride in that?
He has nothing.
Are you taking pride in that?
No, but he has nothing. That means no accountability. If you don't want best for your life, if you don't want best for your family, then you shouldn't be in a committed relationship. Then you be freelance. You freelance, and he's still freelancing. He's 70 years old and still freelancing.
You married him.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you did.
Mm-hmm. And he's the father of my kids.
So what does that say about you?
It says that I was a wise woman.
You was wise.
Yes, absolutely. You have to
I'm
know.
sorry, Grace. I'm done.
No. You have to. Listen. Listen. I will be the poster child. You have to know what you want. If a person's not giving you what you want, everyone comes to the table with something that they want. Okay, but there's compromise in marriage and relationships. If one person is not willing to compromise, then you
literally just said you wouldn't compromise. So what are you talking about?
I didn't say that. I didn't do that.
I said if he said he wanted to go here and you said you didn't want to, what would y'all do? We're gonna go where the hell I want to go.
But that's trivial. That's eating food. I'm talking about
that ain't no compromise. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about serious stuff. Eating is not serious.
If you can't agree on the small things, you will not agree on the big things.
I agree that this was not going to work for Cynthia. That's what I agreed on, and that was the best decision I've ever made.
That means you were selfish and you weren't trying to make it work. You wanted it your way to the highway, and you trying to take pride in him being where he is right now. And
that's his decision.
No, that's your decision.
Well, that's his
decision. You decided it. You clearly said you decided it.
Yes.
Earlier.
Yeah.
So it's not his decision.
And listen, at the end of the day, everybody.
Is your daughter married?
I'm good.
Is your daughter married?
I'm good. Oh, yes.
How long she been
married? Just a few years.
A few years? You said she's 50, right?
Yeah, but she's career oriented. She doesn't deal with people who can't come to the table where she's at. So I did a great job with that.
This is fucking terrible. Grace, what?
What?
Yes.
Damn.
We're talking. We're on the podcast.
I gotta clip this shit. I gotta clip this shit right here, PA. I'm sorry.
Let me give you the other side of the coin, Jay. I actually sat my ex down and asked him why he did what he did. And he gave answer that I'm not going to put out there and
Grace,
put him
we
out
weren't
there.
talking about you
But he
though.
also
Don't bring your
said
personal in.
I was.
We weren't talking about yours.
Yeah, but I want to give you the. I know, but I want to give you the other side when a woman does realize that she has to take accountability for the failure of the marriage. It wasn't just him. Once I went to counseling and therapy, I realized that I had some hand in it. I had some hand in the deterioration of our marriage. It wasn't just all him. You don't wake up one day and say, I'm going to cheat. You know, it's a process. It doesn't make it right. Make it feel good. At the end of the day, just like it takes two to get married, it takes two to cheat, it takes for both for a marriage to deteriorate. And I had to realize that when I was on the outside looking in. And when I went to therapy and Jay, how you were to asking Miss Cynthia the questions, that's when I came to realization that there were some things that I could have done better. There were some things that I could have not done. He let me know a few times I was neglecting home. I was coaching basketball too much. I wasn't home enough. And I just blew him off. So, you know, we have to take some kind of, and that's what he was trying to get at, Miss Bell. He wasn't trying to get you pissed off, but his channel is all about accountability and responsibility.
Right. And I understand. I'm not even agitated by that because he doesn't know my narrative. So we're on the podcast here and we're just sharing comments and ideas. But at the end of the day, I don't know him and he doesn't know me. And I'll sit right here flat-footed and say the best decision that I made for me and my daughters was the decision that I made to divorce their dad. And I'm good. I am totally good with that. Well, if that's how you look at it.
That's what happened.
I'm first. I'm my first person. I'm the first person. If I'm not happy, how can my family be happy?
I like her. I like her. I like you. I like you a lot.
That's it right now.
Be quiet.
God,
there's been a lot of
man.
engagement with JVJ and Miss Cynthia. Gary, what do you have to say about everything you've heard and been hearing? Tell me. Put it out there. Put it out there.
So in my experience and from what I've seen, what I've dealt with and stuff like that, you know, a lot of times when it comes to cheating, more times than not, you know, a woman doesn't feel like she has any type of accountability, right? It's always the man's fault, because it seems like once you're married, everything's supposed to be, you know, on a certain level. Clearly, right, when most men cheat, it's for a reason. More times than not, they go outside the marriage because something's not happening at home. I've spoken to enough women friends of mine that have been in that situation where they didn't want to take accountability or some type of responsibility. And then not only that, but it's like, so what? I'm married to him. Like, he should deal with it. Like, that's not gonna, for a man, that's not gonna work. Right? That's not gonna work. Like, and I think that, and I've always, and you hear me say this, the communication, right? So if you're moving into marriage, then there needs to be the real communication, the real discussion, if you will, on what you're going to be doing, what's going to be happening, because clearly living with someone when you're married, it's, you know, it's not that, you know, it's not going to be a bed of roses all the time. However, if you chose this person to spend your life with, then both of you have to work at it. But it seems like, from what I've seen with a lot of women, is that once they're married, they don't feel like, oh, it's because they're raising the kids and doing all this stuff, the man just got to deal with it. So if he suffers, then he's married to me, and that's too bad, basically. That's not going to work. Like, that's not going to work, because the other end is there's actually some men that actually try to, hey, listen, this is what's going, like, you know, and the woman doesn't want to listen. She wants to do what she wants to do. So at some point, there has to be some type of accountability to acknowledge, like, wow, because you could only take so much before you go and do something else. And for the quote unquote good guys who like, look, I fucking tried. Now there's some guys that, hey, they're just gonna do what they're gonna do. I'm not talking about them. But what about the guys that actually tried talking to the wife and letting them know, and the wife didn't want to listen because, again, the wife feels that, oh, we're married, so whatever I'm doing for the marriage and all this that I'm putting into it in terms of, you know, taking care of the kids, working, all this stuff, if you're not getting what you feel, then that's too bad, because we're married. It doesn't work like that. It's not supposed to work like that.
And you're right, because I hate when I hear men say, happy wife, happy life. That is such a simp statement.
I agree with you on that.
Spouse, happy
right.
house. The men have just as much right to be happy in their marriage, just like the woman. But
and more right.
It seems like women are so entitled and so selfish that they think it's all about them.
But this is what I'm saying. Once it's not right,
and they get cheated on, and they're fucking surprised.
Right. Once they get married, they feel that whatever happens, they could let themselves go. They could, because they're married, then they could do whatever. And when I say do whatever, the man has to just accept whatever happens, right? Because they're married. So if it's less sex, if it's less attention, affection, intimacy, or what have you, well, we're married, and now so many things is going on, I don't have the time. But because we're married, you just got to deal with it and handle it. Men are very physical creatures. We need some things, you know what I mean? And for the men that actually try talking and getting their wife to understand, and the wife still doesn't want to listen, sometimes he has no choice, right? And it's the same thing with women. It's the same thing with women that try to do this with their man, and the man doesn't want to listen, right? And I think women have a little more patience than men, where the man doesn't want to listen, and once it gets to the last straw, then it's like she's gonna do what she's gonna do. Because to me, if I told you, and if I tried to talk to you repeatedly, and you still don't want to listen, when at a certain point, I'd be like, you know what, fuck it. But with me, when it gets to that point, I'm done. It's over.
Women don't have more patience than men.
And then Annette said it's important to define cheating as a woman can connect emotionally before anything physical ever transpires. So is that cheating? So Annette, you bring up a good point, but that's going to be part 2, where we talk about the types of cheating, and because, like I said, this topic is so dense that we can't eat it all up at one sitting. So I am going to definitely address that, because women and men cheat for different reasons. And people have to understand that too. And you're absolutely right. But there's so many levels to cheating, but it really depends on the couple. Now, PA Tech, you've been quiet. I know you got some shit to say. So what do you got to say, hon?
Cynthia Bill said, "Fuck that! I'm put his truck battery smelling ass last. I'm first." Yeah, she was like, "Screw the man." There she goes. She came back. I'm not mad at you, Cynthia Bill. Put his truck battery smelling ass last. You're first. I ain't mad at you. But Jay is right. That's why he stepped out on you.
No. First of all, let me stop you right here. First of all, I'm gonna give you a brief synopsis of my narrative. You don't know the whole story. I'm not willing to share the whole story with you. But I can tell you this: women from time and time again, it's always a reason, something that we're not doing. Okay, it's something that we're not doing. And as a gentleman said before, if you're not willing, if I've told you what I wanted, you've told me what you wanted, and you're not willing to make any changes, then I'm sorry, dude. One of us gotta go. And I'm sorry, I'm not going to back down for anyone. Not no one. Okay? I'm a mature woman, I'm an educated woman, and it's not that I want a husband. I don't need a husband. I needed a husband. I wanted a husband. So there's a difference. But if no one's willing to compromise after you've talked over and over and over again, no, babe, I don't have that kind of energy and time to do that. I'm sorry. Your mama should have raised you already how to be a husband. Your daddy.
Nah, his daddy should have done that, but it's fine. You know.
Hey,
Somebody,
Rupert.
huh? Grandpa,
Hey.
somebody. Yeah,
Hey.
so you put him on. You put his ass out with the dogs. Huh?
Hey,
Get your ass
look.
in the doghouse with the truck
Hey.
battery smelling ass. I ain't mad at you. I was mad
Oh
at you.
shit! Look, hey, Miss Cynthia, you just cracked me up,
Yes.
and everything that you just said right there is why I have a YouTube channel. To push back on all that bullshit that just came out of your mouth.
But that's
That
okay.
was
Are you married?
dog shit. Yes.
Are
I
you
don't
married?
know.
Well,
I
good.
had- I- here,
Good.
No, I'm not married right now. I'm not married right now.
Okay.
But
Okay.
my entire channel was built off of trying to correct that what you just displayed.
What did I just display?
Well,
I'm gonna ask you a quick question.
What
You
did I
help me
just?
out real- I'm gonna show it to you. Are men and women equal?
Are we equal?
Yeah.
Are we equal? Are you asking me that question?
Yes, I'm asking you. Are men and women equal?
Depending on where we're at, yes. Yes.
That explains everything right there.
Uh-huh. I work and make my own money. You work and make your own money. If I make more money than you, oh well.
No,
It is
men
what
and
it
women
is.
Men and women are not equal.
But that's your narrative.
No, that's literally the definition.
No, that's your narrative, honey.
No, well, you know what the definition of equal means?
I truly I do.
What does it mean?
1 + 1 is 2.
hold on.
Yeah,
I'm
I
looking
know what
up.
it means.
Yeah, but to be equal means to be the same.
Listen, God created all of us in his image.
Man first.
Okay. But this is the thing. Okay.
Man
We come
first.
from different households. And I'm sorry. What is your name again?
JVJ.
Okay. I don't know you and you don't know me. Okay.
No, you
and
give me enough information.
this is the thing. I don't know your history or your story, and you don't know mine. The little bit of information that I've given you, it does matter. Yes, it does. It does matter. I've been married going on almost 30 years in my second marriage. Okay. A lot of things that I knew that I didn't know in the beginning, I learned. Okay. I now know those things. But if a person is not willing to change and grow, okay, if a man or woman is not willing to change or grow, you don't have to be there. What if you're there planting the seed with them? If that person doesn't want to grow, you're not obligated to stay there and watch them not grow. That's my philosophy. And I'm not going to change that for anyone.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
A YouTube channel, a podcast, none of that matters. At the end of the day, If you're not willing to grow,
No,
then you
good.
can. I can't deal with you.
No, I feel you. I feel you. You have a track record of quitting. I ain't knocking that. I ain't knocking that. But the rhetoric that you displayed shows me why I'm pretty sure it's a problem that we're dealing with in society right now. You say that you don't need a man.
No,
you
it's
think
not.
that no, it is a problem because you think that you're equal
No,
to a
I
man.
took-
You ain't never, not one day in
Listen.
your life, ever been equal to a man. Not one day in your
Listen.
life.
Listen, I'm sorry. Let me just say this. Okay, how many men do you know who are single have put their kids through college? So I tell you,
More
I
than
didn't-
women ever have.
I wanted
More
listen,
than
hold
women
it.
ever
I
have.
wanted a husband.
More
What?
than women ever have.
Oh well, I did
Yes.
without any help from
Okay,
a man.
Congratulations. You want a cookie?
I did it by myself.
You want a cookie?
I made the money more probably. I
You
made
want
more
a
money
cookie?
than most men was making during that time.
Do you want a cookie for that?
No, but I don't know. Do you want a cookie for what you're saying? Because you're coming at me.
No,
You don't
no.
know me.
No, it's not about me knowing you, and I'm not coming at you. I'm coming at your argument.
Yes,
I'm
it
coming
does.
at your statement.
You're saying what I'm saying is rhetoric, and it's not rhetoric.
It is
You don't know
rhetoric.
my history, and you don't know me.
Hey, Grace.
Well,
Hey, Grace.
okay.
Can I show her something real fast?
Yes.
All right, here
Can
we
you
go,
what?
real quick. Can I show her something real fast?
Go ahead.
All right.
Yes, of course.
All right, boom, real quick, like here. You see this right here? This is an OkCupid study. 80% of women find, 80% of women find only 20% of men attractive. Attractive, first off. So that means you pick the man that you want to deal with. Then you go to divorces. 70% of women file for divorce. And it goes up when they're college educated by 10%. It goes up to 90, all right? Who cheats more? When you did a poll asking women who cheats more, women actually volunteered that they actually cheat on their partner 9% of the time. Only 3% of men actually admitted that. And you know, women have an actual a biological design to not admit that shit. You're sitting here trying to argue me down about, I don't know what the hell. It doesn't matter if you put your children through school. You took your children away from their father.
I'm not arguing you down. Because
hold up, I'm not done. Hold up.
When you argue with someone, it means that you care. I don't care.
I was gonna let you give me a whole rebuttal. Just let me finish my statement real quick. Like, from what you told me and you told everybody else on the panel, you left your marriage because he didn't do what you wanted him to do. You wanted to be the boss of that relationship. And then you went on to talk about you don't need a man. You might want a man, but you don't need him. All this woo stuff. That is the reason, the main reason, that thought process is the main reason men and women cannot get together nowadays. Because a lot of females, and I'm saying females, I'm not even giving you the women card. Females think that they're better than the men. You ain't never been and you ain't never gonna be. Y'all did not build this world. God did not make you first. You claim you was a Christian. The Bible speaks against everything that you uttered out of your mouth. And I got all of it written on my body, and my father's a preacher, and I'm a preacher, and my brother's a preacher, granddaddy, and all that. You know you just spoke against the word of God, but you claim you was a Christian earlier. So that really irked me, and that's the only
reason I am.
That's blasphemy. That's a Jezebel
it's not.
bullshit.
No, it's not, sweetheart.
The
Bible tells us. Listen, I'm not going to quote scripture to you. The Bible tells us if you want out of a marriage, if you want out of a marriage, infidelity is the one thing that gets you out of it. I'm married to a preacher, honey.
He was wrong for being.
I know what the word of God says.
He was wrong for cheating. Nobody's taking that away from him. But we tried to figure out why he cheated, and you told us. You were not being a wife. You were not being a woman. You was trying to be a man.
No, baby. But at any rate,
ask you a question. If he said I want to go here and you didn't want to go there, where y'all gonna go? And you said we're gonna go where I want to go.
Absolutely. And today, if I don't want to go, I don't have to go.
We don't make no damn decisions around here. See, that's why you couldn't be my girl. I had to put
No,
your ass in check.
you can't be my guy
put in
either.
check real quick, like your ass be walking on the street.
But you couldn't be my guy because you got too much profanity in your throat. So that it's
I got
okay.
too much
But I don't
profanity
take
in my
it.
throat.
I don't take it personal. So we had a podcast and we're talking about marriage and cheating.
Here, I'll tell you this. I got too much profanity
Yeah,
in my
Miss
throat. You
Cynthia.
can blame the United
I
States.
agree. It's
I
in the
told you
scripture to
that
put
this was
that
going to
shit.
get hectic.
No, you're very disrespectful because you don't know who I am. I don't know. I haven't disrespected you not one time.
When
But you
did I
sat there on
disrespect
your throne. You
When did
sat
I
on your throne and
disrespect
you disrespected me. But I'm done with that conversation. You know,
When-
I'm participating in the podcast.
When
And
did
that's
I
what
disrespect you?
Grace is a friend of mine.
Hold on. No. Let's address that. When did I disrespect you?
You sure you did? Sure
When?
you started from the
When?
beginning. But I'm not your poster sister, honey.
What did
I'm
I
not
say?
your poster sister.
What did I say that
I'm done.
disrespected you?
I'm not your poster sister. Okay,
I'm pretty
so let's
sure-
get
I'm
that
pretty
straight.
sure- I'm pretty sure
Okay.
everybody that's watching, I addressed her points. I didn't address her.
No. A man that
I went
speaks
off
the
what
way
you
you
said.
speak,
I went
No.
off what you said.
sir.
I went off what you said.
Sir, we're talking about cheating,
Ma'am?
and that's why I'm going to stay with the topic. We're talking about cheating. I don't know you, and you don't know me. So
It
we're
ain't
going to leave it
about-
as that.
Here. Hey, Grace, you ready for this?
Yes. Ready
Got
for
him.
what?
Yes.
Ready for what?
You missed it? Damn, Grace, you got a delay. Now I'm done, man. I just ate that
You-
shit
you
up.
know,
That
I
was
have a
easy.
delay,
I'm
so
gonna clip that.
But Grace, I think this is a great podcast, and I look forward to this
Okay.
part 2 and part 3 because women, we have a lot to learn, and so many women have been scorned because of men that think the way that the gentleman thinks on the podcast. And I did a survey and a reference to cheating, and let me tell you something. We always get blamed for something that we do not do. And some men it's just in their DNA.
Well, Miss Cynthia, I personally believe that men weren't built to be in a monogamous relationship. That's something that came from the Anglo-Saxons and European lifestyle. In Africa and other countries, and even in the Bible, it talks about that men had, more than. So we're trying a way of life into a culture that it wasn't built for. And I kind of always knew that. And we as girls, we get trained to live this fantasy fairy tale bullshit that the prince is gonna come save the princess and you're gonna live happily ever after. I know in that. I believe in a marriage that's customized to the couple. And that's the only way it's going to work in the world that we live in today, because we have too many options. We have social media. There's too many variables can cause a marriage to break down. So we either going to accept it or reject it. So the next relationship that I get into, a marriage, we're going to have that serious conversation. We're going to realize what kind of guy I have. You got to match your libido. You got to match the energy. And if he says, hey, I want to bring in from time to time in the marriage, I'm going to have to be okay with that, because then I'm going to realize that I'm going to get on again. And I'd rather have a good marriage than again go through that pain. Make it too easy. Like in North Carolina right now, they have a law that if a spouse can prove that their spouse cheated, they can actually the judge can actually say you don't have to pay alimony anymore. There's no consequences out there, couples who cheat. That's why it's so easy for people to cheat. Back in the days, they used to stone to death both people, the adulterer and the adulteress. We got to go that far, but we have to at least put in place some type of consequences, because people don't realize that infidelity is much deeper than just 10 minutes of passion, you break up a home, you break up a family unit, you make a mother a single mother for what? If you're not getting what you're getting at home, I feel you should try to fix the marriage. And if the marriage doesn't get fixed, then leave the marriage. It's not the best alternative, but I mean, you can't get your cake and eat it. Women won't accept their cake and eat it too.
But Grace, I have a little pushback on that one.
Do you agree with me?
I have a little pushback
Go
on the
ahead.
statement that men aren't made to be monogamous. I would say maybe not women either, because men and women on every study that I've ever seen cheat at give or take a few percentage points about the same rate. So if they're both cheating,
Yep,
then
I
women
just said
aren't-
it on the show. Men 20% and women 30%.
Yeah, and if they're both cheating, then they're both not really. By the way, both of those are minorities, by the way. So that means either they're lying or something else is going on. But if they're cheating at pretty much around the same rate, I can say that women aren't built to be monogamous either. And I really know that.
Well, like I said earlier, in this day and age, we're at a different time, right? So it's not like 30 years ago, 40 years ago, or back when our parents grew up, or back when our grandparents grew up. We're at a completely different time now. So different morals, values, the way people think. So all of these things come into play. But what I do agree is what Grace said is that when you're married or you're in a relationship, then it should be customized for what you want, for what that couple wants. Because no two marriage is the same, right? So it should be customized to what that couple, to what the needs of that couple is. I think also, some people like to throw around the word tradition. Tradition, is okay. This is how it's always been, right? And that's what worked in the past. Well, what may have worked in the past may not work now, right? So people always evolve. Situations always evolve, and people have to understand that. And I think that's at a point where we're at now, where relationships and dynamics between people, it's evolving. And again, as I always say, Grace, having the real conversations in the beginning, which nobody really likes to have, right? Nobody really likes to have and really engage in. And even with that, when you talk about tradition, oh, well, this is how my granddad did it, or my great grandmother, following after tradition, right? And what may have worked for them may not work for what you're doing in your current relationship.
Yeah, I hate when people.
Well,
go ahead.
I just going to interject for
a very,
one.
very different world now.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. But listen, let me just share this with you. I have 23 brothers and sisters.
God damn.
Wherever my biological father laid his hat was his home. I have 23 brothers and sisters. And let me tell you something. Me personally, I cannot deal with infidelity. I cannot deal with twosome, threesome, whatever. No. If I'm not enough for you, then I listen, you can go, because that's not my makeup. That's not my makeup. And like the gentleman said, the marriage has to be, they have to customize their marriage. Before you get married, you have to talk about it. If you agree that you want 2 people, 3 people in the relationship, then when it happens, then don't open your mouth, don't say nothing. But if you decide that you wanted to be in a monogamous relationship, a marriage, okay, for whatever reason, if something happens in the marriage, sickness, or you're not getting your needs met, if you've talked about it and nothing has been resolved, then what's the point? Life is too short to be miserable. It's too short. And a lot of people are not opting to get married right now. And that's fine, to each his own. But I just want you to know I have 23 brothers and sisters, and we all look alike. So my dad, my biological father, had very strong genes. And from this day, he had 3 wives. I don't understand my mom. I don't understand that concept. I'm sorry.
That was a
I don't.
powerful man.
And I'm not going to understand. I'm not going to ever understand that concept.
That was a
If I'm not
powerful
enough
man.
for you, then you can walk. I give you your papers. You go, baby. You go.
'Cause I can't stand one woman, let alone 3. That's a powerful man. He has powers that I don't have.
And he died at an early age, too.
Shit, he got 23 up out of here,
Right.
man. Thank you.
Go
Gotta
ahead
give
and
him a
press
lot
the
of credit
like
there.
button,
Shout out to
please.
Pops. Say again.
No, I need you guys to go ahead and press the like button. You know, I only got 1
I
like
might have
going
did not
so
have
far,
done
and
it.
likes are free.
Oh,
Likes
hold
are
up. I
free.
gotta go back. to
Now,
the,
one thing, ask the gentleman, what happens in the case where you find out gentleman had an affair and you forgive him the first time and you try to work on the marriage, but they did it again? Then I'm still supposed to be okay with that?
I tried that, Grace. I tried that. When I found out about it, I tried it. I really did. God knows I gave the best. I gave it all that I had. But the trust. If
Went
I
to
can't
counseling?
trust you, I can't do it. So I tried it, and it didn't work for me. So I had to release it. I couldn't do it, and I still can't. Today, I can't do it.
I definitely understand, but
I went
what
to
Jay
as
was
far as
saying,
get.
what Jay was saying is that he gave you a reason probably why he made the moves he made. And he's just trying to say that's just how guys think. And they thought like that then and they think like that now. You know, it's sad, but it's true.
So if my ex had a way out, I found out that, you know, he did what he did. Why did he decide to try it out and then turn around and do it again?
Well, to Cynthia's point, Cynthia Bell's point, I wasn't there. I always say this. I wasn't there, but if you say these type of behaviors are taking place, you could probably be like, well, this is probably an indicator of why that happened. You know, it may not be the only thing, and things are never that simple, but like definitely I know if someone would have been like, oh shit, it's me first, and your truck battery smelling ass is last, I'm probably gonna have another lady. I'm not making any sense.
Okay. I mean, with that being said, yeah, you did.
I
and I'm not
understood.
trying to personalize and put my, the fact still remains is that there was no communication by him. He was saying I was neglecting home and this and that, but was it enough to break up a home?
But
Was
those
it
are little
enough
hints right there.
out?
That's
I mean,
a little
people
hints.
consequences.
We threw you
But
hints.
Like I told you,
there's
I hear you.
you know, like I always say, there's, you know, you're supposed to have the conversation. You're supposed to have the talk, and a lot of people don't do that. And it's unfortunate. Right. So a lot of people don't have the conversation or the talk, especially when it comes to those type of situations. And it's unfortunate because look, for me, if I'm in a relationship, right, and this is just the way that I work. If I'm in a relationship with a woman, first of all, and I got references where we're definitely going to have the communication, and there's definitely going to be boundaries and things like that, and all of that's set down. Because when it comes to cheating, if I don't explain to you, took my time and explain to you, this is where I'm at, this is what my expectations. Well, I shouldn't say me. If this is what we've agreed to, right, and what our expectations are, and when we're working together to do, and after that you wind up going out and cheat, and I gave you no reason to, I'm done, because I already told, we already had this conversation. Because anytime after that, to me, like, you know, I say, like, after, you know, I guess I'm a little more harsh, because after I done told you or explained and you went and did it, then I'm done. Now for other people, they may want to forgive, and then they do it again, and then the person go and do it again. To me, the second time it becomes a choice. You could, you know, some people or most people could forgive the first time, but the second time it's a choice, and to me that's completely unacceptable. Like, you know, if they're going to do it again, that you know, at that point, I mean, the relationship should be done and over, because now they're making a conscious decision to do this again after you done spoke to them and forgive them the first time. They made a conscious decision to do it again, and that completely disrespected the marriage, disrespected the relationship 2 or 3 times over. And to me, that doesn't work.
Yeah.
Well,
You know,
well,
I think
I mean, I hear you. Most men can't forgive infidelity. They can't get past it.
oh
It's
no, we ain't
most of the
forgiving
time the women that forgive.
that. Yeah, we ain't forgiving that.
I know that. I
We
know,
just not wired.
especially
We
you,
just not
King.
wired
I
like
know
that.
that.
but you know what, Grace? I asked a question. My
I know
husband and I had
that
a
because y'all are visual creatures.
Yeah, we
Great.
visualize and materialize him putting that slog in you. We feel a certain type of way about that.
But check this out. Check this out, Grace. I had a conversation with my husband. I say, so if you step out of the marriage and have a child, you expect me to forgive you and to stay in the marriage? He said yes. So I said, well, okay. I step out of the marriage and I have a baby. He says, well, no, you got to go. So what is that?
Yeah, that's
What is that? Women always are made to forgive and forget. Why is that?
well, that's kind of punk shit in my book, because you cannot sit there and tell a lady that you're with, yeah, I'm finna go have a baby behind your back, but if this baby comes out and it looks like, you know, the pastor, you gotta go. Like, you really can't do that. That's kind of punk shit. Sorry, that's you know, that's a punk move.
Miss
That's
Cynthia,
right.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because men are visual creatures, and they will not ever be able to get that visual out of their head, knowing that their woman voluntarily allowed that to happen, and let alone have a child. You expect it, and then he has to live under the same roof with that child? No, men are not built that way. You just, but it's come
But
to
see,
a
that's
point where women just don't care anymore, too.
Yeah, but that's why I say, you know, you have to have a little bit of empathy as a man or a woman to not want to put them through that type of stuff, to where you will go against your nature and not have a child behind another lady's back, because you don't want her to come up pregnant for some other dude. Then you have to sit up and have nightmares about your wife getting skeeted in for the rest of your life. Man don't want to do that. So what's worse? You just go ahead and
that's
curb
why
your
I will
behavior,
not date a
or you
man.
have your wife. I mean, you either curb your behavior or have your wife give you a reason to go let somebody shoot her club up. You know what I'm saying?
And that's why I will not date a man that has kids, because that will be a waste of time on my part. Why would I want to date a man that has no kids, especially if he's young? Because at some point or another, he's going to want a child. I'm not going to be able to give him that, because I purposely tied tubes after me and my ex broke up, because I'm not dealing with another baby, another man, and another child. And plus, how old? You know, I'm 4 years old. Ain't nobody trying to. I'll just wait on the grandbabies. You know, but I won't waste my time because I know eventually that man will want a child. And if I spend 5-10 years with him and then he turns around and has a child with me, I really can't get mad because eventually he's going to want a child. So as soon as I see a person, or I ask them if they have any kids and they tell me no, I cut it. I said, well, it doesn't, this is a waste of each other's time. Boom. As soon as I know that a man is married, boom, I cut it. I have certain things and standards that I'm gonna stick to. I want another woman's man. You know, I'm top shelf, baby. I'm not side chick material. Now, when I was younger, did I fuck around with men? Once or twice. That's why I took the first L. You know what I mean? That was my karma. You know what comes around goes around. I can admit that, and I'm woman enough to take accountability with that bullshit. But I won't do it again. I won't do it now, especially after what I felt when that happened to me. I would never want to give another woman, even though I don't really get along with women, and they don't really like me, and I don't like them. I give them that pain because that's worse than a slow death. It really is. It's and that's what the next topics are going to be about. The types of cheating, the levels of cheating, why people cheat. There's just so much to this. But the first thing that a woman does is why? What did I do wrong? Hold on, Miss Cynthia's still. Let me get her back up here. It's the background noise. Sorry, Miss Cynthia. The background noise was.
But that's okay. But listen, everyone. I can't wait till the next topic. I'm going to sign off because I'm going to go spend time with my husband. Okay.
I feel you.
Okay. So it's been
I know
absolutely.
That's right. I know that.
I look forward to the next session. Okay. You all have a good evening.
Have a
All
good
right.
evening.
All right,
You too.
You too. Thank you for coming.
And thank you for all of your input.
Okay.
Oh, she probably didn't even hear that. But yeah, people,
Yeah,
having
but
a
she will.
female,
She'll see it. I mean,
having a female's
Go ahead.
perspective, having a female's perspective, and them to come in to come in, have anyone who comes in and she took in fire. There was shots fired in here, and for her to sit here and hold it down like that, I mean, you got to tip your hat off to people like that. Especially females. Men, we can sit here and talk to each other.
But Jay was asking good questions. You saw how he was peeling the onion to try to make her realize
that shots fired, though. That's shots fired.
Earlier, when I said, when we had the conversation earlier, I said about, in the conversations, people would, may tend to get emotional because of the question. It should be answered with logic instead of emotion. But when we deal with these type of topics and the real direct questions are asked, sometimes it's going to trigger emotions, and you can hear it when, like, someone could say, "Oh, well, I'm not mad or upset." Well, when you listen, it's like that's how you're sounding. You know what I mean? Which,
remember I told you I was kind of nervous of me.
And it happened. Now I'm just saying.
Happened.
And it happens, and it happens. But Jay, he wasn't asking. He was asking directly. And see, more times than not, when those type of questions are asked, you get that type of results.
Yeah, the shots fired because ladies can't really never have to deal with that type of stuff. As far as from my experience.
No, I listen. I agree with you. Like in my experience too. That's why in the communication that I have with some women, I ask those type of questions, and I get the same. It triggers the same thing, and it's like, wait a minute. Like if and I just said this to Grace the other day. It's like, you ask me a direct question, I'm gonna give you a direct answer.
Yeah, nobody likes hard things.
No, they don't. They do not.
They do not like hard things. Now, I'm college educated. Now, whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I vividly remember 150 million years ago when I was in college, when a teacher, like I was in accelerated classes where the teacher will pick the students, things of that nature.
Mhm.
Because I made good grades and I was kind of smart or whatever. I don't care wherever they pick me, they pick me. Now, those classes were a little bit different because a lot of those teachers will sit up there and ask you a certain question.
Mhm.
Out of all the people in the class, they'll point directly at you, especially if they knew you were kind of a smart ass. They will come single you out because they're figuring that they can get the dialogue going by asking those questions, right? And they figure that you know the answer. That's a lot of people aren't built for that.
No, they're not. You're right. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely. But see, in relationships, when it comes to communication, I believe those are the type of conversations and things that need to be asked. But a lot of people, as you said, definitely not built for that. Some don't know how to do it, right? But it's that type of dialogue is needed because then you get to hear how people are going to respond. You get to see the emotion, because I think most people, and even traditionally, it's the regular conversations that it may sound nice or good or even okay, but asking the real hard direct questions, nobody likes to do that, right?
Because nobody really, because in order to answer those questions, because the correct answer to those questions will let the person who asked the question find out who you really are.
Right. But see, if you're getting into a relationship with someone, at least from my opinion, if you're getting into a relationship with someone, then yes, there's questions that you need to ask to find out where they're at, and I'm sure, and how they answer, right? The tone that they answer in, see if they're triggered or not. All of those things I look at, right? Because I'm a very observant person, right? I want to hear what type of words you use. Like all of those things play a role, right? Right. But if we're getting into relationships and even marriages, then yes, we should have the hard discussions, but most people don't know how to do that because, just as you said, it'll show people who they really are.
Show you who you really are. And even with when Jay asked Cynthia that question, he got out of her because I'm first. You saw that come out?
I got it. Dude, I watched. I saw
that. He pulled that weed.
You saw.
He pulled that card out of her hand.
You saw.
I was like, whoa. And she started becoming. We started to find out some things like, whoa, and then he hit her with another one. Whether whether he had all the facts or not, he had enough to get her to reveal a card in her hand.
Jay, he knew how to frame the questions, right? And when you're asking, and when you're having, I guess very educational or informative debates like this, you can't have you can't be emotional about it. And I said that to Grace earlier.
And Gary, remember I told you I'm kind of nervous of making this show because it's very relatable to me.
Yeah.
And even though I have 15, everything, but you can't forget. And that's why I'm so animated about letting people, the woman that my husband dealt with, she knew Gary. And she told me, I made him take his ring off. And he did. So I just need to let people know, and the younger women, that you need to respect the sanctity of marriage. If you see that that person, that woman or man is married, it should be off limits, PA. It
It's-
should be
it-
off
Man,
limits.
It's
man,
right.
you do not understand people if you sit up here and made that statement, Grace.
I mean,
These
It's
motherfuckers
like that
ain't
dude
shit out
text me.
here.
I don't know if you were here. Did you hear me read a text message that a dude was trying to holler at me after weeks of breaking me down? I finally gave him my number. He wasn't even, but I did it anyway because he's a sheriff, and I to the gun
Don't ever date
range.
a
He
cop.
can teach a clean gun, and then admits to me that he's married. No, I like
Don't
dating
ever
cops
date a
and
cop.
military men because I feel safe around them. And when this shit,
You screwed up
No.
right there. When you say, "Oh, I'm in law enforcement,"
But-
get rid of them.
But the fact still remains is that he knew all along that he was married. Now, the only way that he can cheat is I allow him through that door, if I give him the opportunity. As soon as he said that to me, I said, okay, thanks, but no thanks. I don't want somebody else's man. I want my own. Now, if once me and my man are together, I decide to share him, that's my option. But I'm not a side chick. I'm sorry. I've never been a side chick that I know of. Let me say, because everybody thinks all that think that they've never been cheated on, or they're not a side chick. But I've never played the side chick role. Not knowingly. You know what I'm saying? When I was younger,
Well, I
yes.
think, I mean,
Yes.
being cheated on and being a side chick, there's a difference, right? No, I think that there's definitely a difference there. But to your point, I think that when it comes to married people, if they're not upfront, and if the situation that you were dealing with, he should have been really upfront from you from jump, not through, because it's what I'm getting is that through text, he's like, this is what he told you. He should have told you that in your, because you said you met him at
He
where
shouldn't
you
even try
work.
to holler at me.
Yeah, but
Why
I'm just saying.
You even
So
pursue- why you even trying to pursue me? Were you going to come to my job with your wife?
what
You
is?
know?
But
I mean,
that's
come on. I mean,
what is
really?
the
You're going to put me in that situation?
right? So now, from his standpoint, if he's trying to holler at you, then obviously there's a certain expectation that he would like to try to get into or want to have and stuff like that. Which again, that's going down a cheating and it's interesting that the way he texts you and the words that he used, right? Because I'm like, oh, this motherfucker think he's slick, right?
Were you there to hear the?
I
PA,
heard.
were
I
you
heard
here
what
to
you
hear
read.
the text when I read it?
I heard what you
Talking to
read.
PA.
I heard.
Okay, hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna pull it up for you. I'm gonna pull up this fuckery for you. Okay. And then while I'm pulling that up, I asked somebody today, why do I get hit on by a lot of married? Do I have it on my forehead? And they were like, no, you're just a pretty girl. You're very inviting and you make people feel comfortable around you. So they let their guards down. I said, nah, I don't. And that's why I put it out there on social media, on Instagram. And I explained to people, look, I know I'm getting more visible to people. I'm getting more easily accessible to, but all men stayed out my goddamn DMs. And I'm gonna say it again on my YouTube. I don't do married men. So please, if you're married, don't DM me unless it's about business or a podcast or something. But as long as to date me, I don't want you. I don't.
Oh, you just set yourself up for
I
a whole
don't.
bunch of curveballs.
Married men.
Right?
You just set yourself up for a whole bunch of curveballs. You in New York?
What do you mean by that?
You in New York, or you by
No, I'm
the
in
Yankee
Georgia.
Stadium? Oh, you in Georgia? Okay. Well, but over you, is it Turner Field over there?
I'm in Georgia. That's just,
so it's Turner Field in Atlanta.
know, I
So
just moved
you
here
might as
2
well go
weeks
up in
ago,
there.
so-
You might as well go up in there and take batting practice. So they finna throw you some curveballs. You want to know why? I'll tell you why. So
Why?
you just sit there and said married men can get at you if they talking about business or they talking about podcasting. Well, if a married man want to sit up there,
Yeah,
"Ooh,
but
Grace
not
got-"
about a relationship or dating me.
Yeah, Grace got that pretty face, and I want to grease my carrot. I'm going to sit there and try to talk about business
No.
and throw her this curveball, right? And see if she'll swing. And whoop, swing, miss, strike out. God damn it, I get to grease my carrot on some Grace.
Not that green, PA. I can tell. I can tell
Yeah,
a
some
man's
slick
but
ass. Yeah.
let me read the
Go ahead. Sorry. I'm sorry.
let me read you the text. Okay.
Mhm.
Hey Grace. Hey Grace. I don't like to play games, especially with a beautiful queen.
I got to use
Would
that
tell
one.
you this upfront so we don't have no issues or misunderstanding. I'm married. If you would like to continue to get to know me and something happens, fine with me. If you want to be friends, that's okay too. Or if you just want to keep it cordial, it's all good with me. If you decide not to talk to me, I will understand. The thing is that I didn't want you to think I wanted to be deceiving and play around with you. No, I'd rather keep it 100 and be out of respect for you.
Yeah,
Really?
I got to use
What
all of
kind of
that.
respect?
That is slick. That is slick.
I'll
That's his
forward you
name.
the text, okay?
Slick.
Uh,
That's
I'll
his
forward you the
nickname.
text so you
Slick.
can use it.
So yeah, Grace.
No, his
Yeah,
name is not fucking.
yes. His name is Dick Slick. That's his name, first and last. I'm Slick Dick Williams. Slick Dick Johnson.
And then
Man,
I
like that.
I
So you know what that
respectfully
means, right?
said,
Do you want me to oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. I was gonna decode that message for you. But go ahead.
okay, and I appreciate that, but I said, well, I appreciate your honesty, but it can never be. And I shut it down and I blocked him. And that's it. And if I see him at my job, I just act like I don't even know you. And if I see his
That
wife, I'll be
text,
like, hey, how you doing?
that text that he sent you, he could have told you that in person.
Nah, I think he wanted to go ahead and text it just to see.
But I'm just saying
Yeah.
that could have been said
See.
to me. That should have been said. That should have been said in person. But clearly he knew what he was. He knew what he was trying to do. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So and texting, I guess in this new world of texting, it allows us to do stuff, or it allows us to do stuff like that. But to me, that text that he sent, he should have told Grace that in her face, not via text. Because if I'm saying, at least
Come on,
me,
you think he's gonna be man enough to do that?
but hold on, I'm saying if I'm going to be 100 with you, I'm going to tell you in your face or on the phone, right? Now, if I'm just getting to if it's the situation that you and him have, I want to have that conversation with you in your face. I'm not going to say that on, texting. That's just being very slick. Like, okay,
His name is Slick Dick.
I ain't
and
seen
you
him.
saw the choice of
Seen
words.
him come to the job since then.
His name is Slick Dick Johnson. I already told you his name. Now,
okay, go ahead and decode that text message. Let's go ahead from you.
For me, this is for me. So he said, hey, he put the first thing that he really wants first, right? The option. He gave you some options, right? Right?
Yep. Give me 3.
Gave you 3 good options. The first one he wanted. He didn't sit up there and say, oh, if you want to just be cordial, that's great. If you want to be just friends, that's great. Or if something happens, what was the last word he used? If something happens, I would understand. He didn't say that. Did he? No.
The first
He
thing
said-
I'll tell you this up front so we don't have no issues or misunderstanding. I'm married. If you would like to continue to get to know me, and if something happens, that's fine with me.
That's
the
number
number one
one.
option.
That's the one option.
You
That's
see that?
it. He didn't say let's be cordial
Okay.
and that's fine with me.
Okay.
Go ahead. Now go to number 2.
Okay. If you want to be friends, that's okay too.
That's 2. That's his number. That shit is in order, Grace. That is in fucking order.
Okay. Or
But he didn't say that's fine with
or
me
if
with
you
the
just
second.
want to keep. No, he said that's okay too.
Mhm. That ain't fine with him.
And the
That's
third
just
option
okay
was,
too. You see the shit.
exactly.
You see the
And then the
innuendo.
third, of course I do. And then the third one, or we can just keep it cordial. It's all good if you decide not to talk to me. I will understand.
You see, he just pretty much told you that, and the level of desire in the last, I don't know what the part, I'm not very good at English, I'm a math guy, but at the last part of the sentence, whatever that is, that was his grade. He put it in order, and that was his grade. Fine, okay, and I understand.
Yeah.
That's really
Gracie
good.
want to
And
grease his
then,
carrot.
and then he,
He wants to grease his carrot
and
with
then on
the
top of
amazing
it,
grace.
he's
Or
gonna
maybe
be,
they embrace the grace.
and then on top, then he cleaned it all up by saying, the thing is that I didn't want you to think I was deceiving or playing around with you. I'd rather keep it 100 and be real out of respect for you.
But this
Yeah,
was
just in case this shit hit his wife. You know what I'm saying? He's doubling down and protecting himself just in case this shit hit his wife. That's what that is.
but see, like I said, for him to say, I just want to, I want to keep it real and I want to respect you, that should have been a conversation for him to have in your face. That's in my opinion.
I'm at work. He's not going to have that heavy duty conversation while I'm at work and actively taking care of customers. You know what I'm saying? But I just appreciate the fact that at least he had the balls to tell me that he was married and gave me 3 beautiful options to pick with. Door number 1, door number 2, or door number 3. You understand what I'm saying?
Hey, you picked number 4.
And I said, thank you, but no thank you. I said, thank you, but no thank you, and then blocked his ass.
That wasn't an
That's
option
it.
that was in the
And
message.
that's what more people need to do.
That wasn't an option.
Well,
that
I'm
was
sorry.
In the message,
That was
Grace.
my option.
That wasn't an option. That was in the message.
So, all right.
Sorry,
So
PA,
Grace. So,
but I don't do it right, man.
all right. So Grace. So if he said to you, so before, let's just say this text didn't happen, and he said to you at work,
Okay.
well, one day, what time do you get off? Do you want to go for coffee or something like that? That could have been an opportunity. Because I mean, if
Okay,
you're
but
that busy,
The type of person that Gary, the type of person that I am, and the way you see me conversating, I would have done a J on him, and I would have found out that he was married in that coffee meet and greet.
all right, okay, but I'm just saying.
What I'm saying.
But I hear you. All I'm just saying is that text should have been something he should have said in your face, and it could have been over coffee if you're too busy at work, right? Because he could have said, "Well, I see you're busy at work or something, or after work, can we go to Starbucks or something? I'd love to take you for coffee." Something simple. And then he could have, did his little thing and listen, I really like you, but I want to, I just want to be real and upfront with you. I'm married. And then he could do his whole spiel, right? In trying to reel you in.
Yeah, sorry, I had to mute to tell my
And
house
then I
to
would have
turn down the temperature.
gracefully,
Sorry.
and then I would have gracefully finished drinking my coffee and would have told you, but no, thank you. I don't get
Okay.
involved with married men. Because imagine
Right,
if the
okay.
wife would have pulled up on us at Starbucks.
She was getting close
Now I'm
already.
in a predicament where I didn't even, and I would have told the chick, wait, what'd you say, Pete?
She was getting close already. That's why he sent you the message. She was getting close. She was getting close to whatever
getting close?
communication. The wife. She was getting close to y'all's communication. Whether
No, I don't think so, because it was only a matter of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 texts before he text me that. They were like, "Hi, it's me. Hi, it's me." And then he said his name. We met where I work, and I said, "Hey," and then I said, "My bad for the delay. I was cooking." And then that's when he said, boom, he's like, "No worries, it's all good." And that's when he dropped that text. So
well, she had already. Was that all through a matter of minutes or days? It just depends.
No, it was all through a matter. It started at 4:33 and ended at hold on, at 5:43.
Okay, that means his wife goes
10
through his
minutes.
phone. Yeah, so that means his wife goes through his phone.
Damn.
So that means his wife goes through his phone or something like that, to where this shit's gonna come up and you need to help him cover.
And then he had the disappearing little thing of messages on your, when you text on WhatsApp and you make your messages disappear.
Yeah.
Oh, he was
on his
with
end.
That.
So yeah. This isn't his first rodeo.
He was after you with that, man. I'm good at this.
Yes,
I see him coming. I see he was after you with that, and then he deleted the message. His wife goes through his shit.
I just said this now. Obviously this is not his first rodeo.
His wife goes through his shit, and just in case, you sent him a provocative picture, or he sent you one, which he probably was gonna go through that too, because these guys are creeps, especially cops. Then
stop it.
He has you on his side when he has to go explain this to the wife.
First of all, I'm not the type of chick to send pictures because I don't trust y'all. Y'all be showing them pictures around and it could be posted and whatever. And because now I'm becoming a public figure, I have to move differently. Because the first thing motherfuckers want to do is, I'm gonna blast you on social media. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. So and I've never even sent those kinds of pictures because I'm somebody's mama. I'm a high school basketball coach. I'm not taking that chance. If you want to see me, you're gonna see me in person, live, in real.
And I gotta sneak the camera in the room to record it.
Oh wow! Thanks for the heads up.
I gotta sneak the camera in the room to record it, just in case I need some memorabilia.
Memorabilia. That's a good.
No, you're not gonna need memorabilia because you're gonna keep coming back for more. You don't need memorabilia, whatever. You got me off right now. But the fact remains is that I'm just trying to change the mindset of people. Respect people that are married. There's 4.5 billion people on this earth. You don't have the ones that are married.
Hold up, it's 7 billion.
No,
people
PA.
7.
Oh, it's 7? Okay, my bad.
Yeah, 7.
My bad.
7 billion.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken.
No, it's 7 billion.
I think it's 7. I think it grew a
You're
billion
right,
over the last 10 years or so. Yeah, but I'm not sure. Yeah, actually, I'm sure. It's 7. It's probably more than 7. It's probably 7.5 now. But
But you guys, you know how I am. I don't keep I don't keep this shit going 3, 4, 5 hours. We're at our maximum 2.5 hours. But there's going to be a part 2 and a part 3 to this, because then I'm going to get into the types of cheating, why people cheat, and how we can do better and go different routes besides cheating. Because different, there's no need to cheat if we just do what needs to happen, of course. And I
Women
said
cheating
the
don't even
first
know
and
they
most
doing it.
important thing is, well, then don't leave that for part 2, because that exactly, because certain things that people do, they may consider it cheating, they may not consider it cheating, and that's have that conversation. Because I can simply ask Gary, what are the things that you would consider me doing cheating? And then I would know right away, because what Gary might not be for PA or may not be for me. I don't mind if I'm with my dude, I don't mind if my dude looks at other girls. You know what I'm saying? God, I understand the fact that y'all are visual. I understand that y'all gonna, you understand what I'm saying? I'm not gonna get upset with that, because I should be secure enough with my man, and I'm going home with my man. He could look, and the bitch is rocking an outfit. I'm gonna be like, damn, man, yeah, she looks good. But women can't deal with that. Don't even a man has to walk with like horse sliders. He can't look. Come on,
Yeah, my
that's
woman need to put those
unrealistic.
on. Great idea, Grace. I'm glad you said that. My woman has to put those on. My level of cheating is it's razor paper. You skating on thin ice, and it's skating on thin ice with me. If you watch your favorite movie and there's a male actor in it, and it's your favorite movie, and you say, "Man, he looked good in that movie," that's cheating to me. You're cheating. You might as well go over and fuck it.
Oh, stop it. Oh, I don't even believe that. You're too secure in yourself with that bullshit. So you can't bullshit a bullshitter.
That's cheating.
Anyway,
Get out.
on that note,
Get out and take the DVD, or the movie.
wow.
Get out, both of y'all. You and
So I can't
Denzel
watch
or
I can't
Michael
watch
B.
Michael B.
Jordan.
Jordan on Creed 3.
Nope.
I can't
Nope.
watch.
Nope. That movie's off limits. He show his titty nipples. Nope. Can't watch. That's cheating. Nope. He show his nipples. Nope. You and Michael B. get the fuck out.
Anyway. That's funny. Well, Gary, go ahead and close out and say your final thoughts on the topic, and quickly again where we can find you, Mr. Gary.
Gotcha. Again, thank you, Grace, for having me on the show. This was again an excellent topic, very spirited, informative discussion. I look forward to part 2 and part 3. I think that it's all about the communication, like all about the communication discussion. And I know I sound like a broken record, and I think in the beginning, that's what couples have to have, right? They have to have the real conversation, the real discussions, the real communication and understanding on what they're going to be dealing with. Because by the time the cheating comes, it's too late. And I believe if you're married to someone or you're in a relationship, at least the way I look at it is, you want to nip problems in the bud before they happen, right? Not saying that you're going to get every problem, but at least if you have the real conversations, the real discussions, you try to nip the problems or set things up where problems can be nipped in the bud before they happen. But when you don't have the real conversation, the real discussions and things like that, then yeah, cheating happens, no matter whose fault it is. You could find me every Friday from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. on a podcast called The Real Discussion on our network called Boardwalk Global Media. We have a YouTube page and we have a Facebook page. and we have a lot of great conversations and topics. You know, Grace chimes in religiously every week, and I thank her so much for that. And that's it. And I look forward to, you know, part two.
Okay. PA, I want to thank you for coming in because you always have some good shit on it. You always got something productive to say on it. But what are your final thoughts?
Y'all can find me on Grace's channel, Embrace the Grace. And my final thoughts are you all try to be good to each other. Because if you're not, you're going to end up running up on somebody like me.
I know. I know that's right. Okay, guys. Again, gentlemen, thank you so much for coming. I really do appreciate it. This was a good one. I knew that it was going to get intense. You know, I'm going to go holler at Miss Bell, make sure she's all good, because I can't get upset with Jay because that's what he does. He is a YouTube creator. He's a podcaster. He knows how, like you said, frame the questions, set up the scenarios.
He has to, you know, I think he did great because framing the questions, right? And sometimes how you frame a question, you know, is, you know, in some cases going to trigger someone, but still, you know, you frame the question to get the answer that you want. And some people will either answer it directly or they're going to talk around it.
Or they're going to get triggered.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, you guys thank you for coming in, chiming in. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't miss part 2 and 3 because this is gonna get good. I don't know if I'm gonna keep it next Monday, part 2, next, you know, because it's kind of intense. You know, I want to like maybe next week go into something different. I don't know. I'm still thinking maybe I should just keep the flame.
People got 7. They got, what's this? So they got 7 days to cool down. Come on now.
I guess you're right. So, gentlemen, thank you for coming in. All my embracers, keep embracing these conversations. Have the real conversations because this is the only way that shit's gonna get resolved. And when we know better, we're gonna do better. So, peace, you guys. Have a great night. Okay.
You too.
Take care.